Hello, my name is David Webb and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's me to go first. And this looks like there should be a bingo here. But is there actually one? It's a very good combination of vowels and consonants. It goes with a lot of floaters to make an 8-letter word. But it is me to go first, so I have to find a 7. I notice there is the ed suffix and the men suffix. Well, it'll be disappointing to miss a bingo, because all of these letters are fairly high probability. Okay, I can't see one. So I need to start thinking about a non-bingo. Men is a possibility. I'm wondering whether to play the O in front of it to make omen, or whether to keep the O on my rack. I think I'll play it. And I think I won't play it. I think I prefer keeping that hook to myself and denying my opponent the 4th floater. Right, reluctantly I'm playing this because I do think that there may be a bingo there that I've missed. And I draw the blank, which is good. But I've also got a vowel-heavy rack. I've got adenomas through the N or the M. I'm just going mentally running through the alphabet for the blank. I'm up to I. While my opponent has blocked both the M and the N, so my priority now, in the absence of any single floaters, is to see if I have a 7-letter word. I'm now up to T. Well, I can't see a 7-letter word with that rack. I wonder if there is one there. Well, I've just run through the alphabet a second time and nothing is jumping out. There are 3 sets of 2-letter tiles. There's M-O, E-N and N-Y. So it's possible that there is a 9-letter word which goes through those. I'll briefly see if anything jumps out at me. I haven't studied the 9s, so there could well be one which I don't spot. Yes, I can't see anything, so I need to sort the rack out. It's very close to a bingo, so I don't need to do much to sort this out. Oh dear is quite nice. Scores 22 points and leaves blank AS. And I draw the second blank, which is not always a blessing. I think most players would rather have the blanks in separate racks. But one advantage of having both blanks is on the same rack is that you are at least denying your opponent both blanks for the entirety of the game. I will surely have a bingo that plays. I've got repairs and moos. And I've got sparids and sny. Oh dear does not take an S on the end, and pony does not take anything in front of it. Moot does take an S after it. But I wonder if I can play something which goes underneath the X. This is going to be difficult to spot because with both blanks, it's you can't really go through the alphabet considering every possible 2-letter combination, because that would be 26 times 26 pairs, which is quite a lot. I've got Parises. That scores 86 points. I don't think I'm going to find anything a lot better than that. And I draw the V and the W. But actually this isn't too bad, because there are many words available on the rack which can leave a decent leave to draw to for the next move. There's words like avowal, avow, galvo. It would be nice to resolve the duplicate A and play the V and the W, so avow is the best move, or avowal. And my opponent's changed, which is good. Unfortunately, I don't think avowal goes anywhere. It very nearly goes under Paris's beginning at M1, but just fails in the last letter. Now, I could play avow here. For 34 points, but it gives my opponent such a wonderful scoring opportunity at L1 coming down that I would like to find a better move. Avow scores 22, which is a lot fewer points, but it doesn't provide such a good scoring opportunity for my opponent. Four more points for avowal. I'm not convinced that that's a good move. The A and the G are not a bad pair of letters to keep because there is the AGE suffix. I wonder if Galvo would be better in this spot. £21 points. No, I don't think it is. I don't like putting the O next to the double word square. There is a good scoring possibility for my opponent from L12 across to L15. But if he does take that opportunity, he'll be opening up the triple lane in column 15, or the triple word squares at H15 and O15. I can't see anything better, so I'm going to play it. Right, I have Tagalog, which is a language in the Philippines, and I think it is capitalized, so I don't think it's a good Scrabble word. I think Tagalong is. Okay, well that's good. My opponent scored 36 points, but had I played Avow at M1, he may well have been able to put the Z on the double letter square at L1 and tripled it for a 90-point play. I'm just looking to see if I have anything through the S of Zonks, and I can't see anything. I certainly need to resolve the duplicate G and A. Gag would do that. Let's see what that scores. Or Gaga, probably even better. 27 points, that's not bad. Doesn't really provide my opponent with any opportunities. Yes, I think that's okay. And I have notedly. But there are very few opportunities to play bingos on this board. Obviously, if I had an S, I could pluralize Avow. And Men takes quite a few letters after it, but unfortunately Y is not one of them. I can't see any 8s with notedly, but I think the only floater is S. So that's the only one I need to consider. If I can't play a bingo, I'll be looking to play the Y. A play like Loy at N1 would score well and leave a decent rack leave for next turn. Right, Kef only takes an S after it. So let's see what Loy looks like. Loy scores 26 points, which is not bad. Sly scores 30, and I don't think retaining the O harms the leave. And this certainly doesn't provide my opponent with opportunities, whereas the play at N1 opened up the bottom row and the triple word squares on that row, so Sly is certainly preferable. I can't see anything better. Well, this is close to a bingo, but there certainly isn't a 7. With a floating O, I would have cottoned. Okay, my opponent is right back in the game. He takes a 2-point lead after playing that bingo. What shall I do? I want to split up the duplicate T, but apart from that, the rack is quite balanced and quite nice. Well, I could play cento. A 2-point lead is nothing, and with me to go next, I have the impetus. So cento is 25 points, that's quite a good score, doesn't provide many opportunities for my opponent, stops my opponent being able to use the Z with a play in column 13, so I quite like that. And this isn't a great rack. Duplicate E and duplicate T. The G doesn't go well in the rack, although I note that I do have the N for an ing ending word. And having said that, I note that MEN, men, in row H, does take a G hook at the end. But my opponent may be in a difficult position here. It's hard for him to score well. Okay, not that hard. 24 points. There's only 1 point in it. Gosh, what should I do now? The C and the V, apart from CH, don't feature in any 2-letter word, so I can't really play parallel to covert. And I think I ought to play through the O of covert to stop my opponent taking that spot. Gosh, I don't like this. I'm wondering if tonged is good. Tonged would be so much better than toged. Because my opponent's could score highly using the double word square at D12. This doesn't feel best. No, I don't like that at all. There must be something better than that. But I do need to resolve the duplicates. Not an easy rack at all. The problem with providing my opponent with that opening at D12 is that there are very few openings on the board, so if I can deny him it, it puts him in a difficult position and he may open up the board such that I can take advantage. There's only 2 E's left. So keeping 2 of them isn't too much of a problem. Only 10 points, which is bad, but I'm just can't score highly on this board. And that's a nice pickup. There are lots of 7-letter words there. Alerted, altered, redealt. But there's no openings for a 7-letter word. And there are no floaters for an 8. Well, there's the V of covert, which could feature in an 8. but I don't have an 8 with it. I note that Tong takes an S in front, so whoever gets the last S could play down from A8 to hit the triple word square. Or Gile, that's good, because that is not good. Great, that's good. I need to remember that he had A-U-I-L-E. There is the floater of G in Tong, but I can't see an 8-letter bingo. I'm looking for plays across here beginning C-E-A. Those letters are forced. Gosh, there isn't anything there though, and I'm running short on time now, and there's 28 tiles in the bag, so I need to step up the pace a little. But how? £11, which is not good, but it's very blocky. And if my opponent played Orgile and has had it challenged off, maybe he's in a difficult spot himself. He does have 14 minutes on his clock, so he's not in time trouble at all. I've drawn the Q, and fortuitously I have also drawn a U. And I note that no U's have been played yet. I know my opponent has got 1 on his rack. Maybe he's got more than 1. If my opponent does open the board, I've got QWERTED. But what am I going to play? If he doesn't open the board, are there any opportunities with the Q using the board as it is? I'd certainly like to play the U because there are 3 U's out there, even though my opponent's got 1. Oh, gosh. It's tempting to play quid, die and id, but then with all the U's out there, and I know my opponent's got 1 on his rack, if he's got an A as well, of which there are 3, he's got an easy score with qua. Do I take that risk? I think I do. I think I do take that risk because I can't see anything better. Well, there's QI-DI, but that's definitely not good because that puts the Q next to the double word square and there are lots of I's. Right, I'm now expecting him to play qua. In fact, I know he's got the letters U and A on his rack. Yeah, aqua. Okay. That was probably suboptimal on my part. And this board is really tight. Tom scores 23 points, which is not good. But there are very few openings. You'll notice that the board is primarily occupied along a diagonal from the bottom left to the top right. Most of the tiles are in the bottom right hand half of that diagonal. So it's a very tight board. There are very few opportunities. Fortunately, I've got high scoring letters which are quite good on a tight board. And the score, I'm actually ahead by 12 points. So if I can just keep scoring and not run out of time, I might be able to win. Gosh, it's almost impossible to play anywhere. Okay, Ute for 12 points. And I'm fortunate, I've got a mixture of vowels and consonants, and I've got high scoring consonants. So really it's my opponent who's in difficulty. 5 points, that's very poor. There's only 6 tiles in the bag, and I'm ahead by about 20 points. Hob, that's 15 more points. Great, that's a nice play, because it denies my opponent a play from L8 down to O8 to take advantage of the triple word square. And again I have a balanced rack. But I do have only 41 seconds left. And it's a struggle to see places where I can play anything. But my opponent's in the same boat, and he's 34 points behind me. If my opponent creates any sort of opening at all, I should be able to nullify any opportunities which it gives him. BA, JA, 13 points. No idea if that's optimal. There's no tiles left in the bag. I can't see a 2 move out. I think this is going to be a bit of a grind to finish the game. I'm 16 points ahead. I ought to be able to maintain this lead. This is poor, but I really am short on time. I'm seeing elf. I do want to play the F. Yeah, let's get that down. I've got an E and an R. I need to find somewhere to play either of them. I can't see anywhere to play either letter. Rats. TE. I can play TE. Let's get ready to play that. E and R. What else is there? Gosh, I wasn't expecting to be this tight. Damn, I can't see anywhere to play. Oh, that's so annoying. Gosh, have I really played myself into failure? I think I have. Gosh. Yep, I just can't see how I can play either letter. Wow. Just can't see it. Cannot see a play now. Huh. Oh well, these things happen. But actually this shouldn't have happened. Still looking to see if I can see anything, but I can't. Rook 9, D8. Oh yes, I can play. Oops, and out of time. Oh well, that was bad. Right. Oh well, that was, I mean, that was quite an interesting game, and the board was immensely tight. It was very difficult to play anything on that board towards the end. And I think it demonstrates the importance of keeping enough time so that you, when you see a situation like this, appearing to materialize, you're able to think to avoid getting into the situation where you can't play any letters. So that was interesting. It's slightly disappointing because I feel that was a game that was won by me, and I probably threw it away by injudicious play in the final few moves. Plays like bar and die were played without too much thought, and I expect if I'd had a little more time, I could probably have found a winning combination. Anyway, I didn't, but that's the way it goes. I hope you enjoyed watching the game. My name is David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.